welcome back to another Era Quinn Caladrim video. I'm Attar.
I'm Estenes.
And we're glad to see you. We were just up in Sudbury, Ontario. We went to the first OSBGL League event hosted up in Sudbury. It was called Out of the Frying Pan and Into the Nickel City. Because Sudbury is a mining town. They've got lots of mining industry up there. They mine a lot of nickel and other things. It's known as the Nickel City. One of the landmarks up there, you might remember driving past the big nickel when you were younger. It's a nickel, a coin from Canada, but it's huge. It's kind of fun. Yeah, we care about stuff like that here. Canadians are weird sometimes, but we love us. So we went there. We had a great time.
Yeah.
And they have been doing a great job building a significant following up there from scratch. Ever since the Pelennor Fields box set came out, Will Schaff is an old OSBGL staple. He's been around for a while. He's traveled a lot, so some of you international folks may have met him at Nova and Articon and places like that. He's not the only one. But Will's done that, and Will wanted to run an event in his hometown in Sudbury, Ontario. So he did, and it was a great event. We had a lot of fun. He had a lot of support from the twins, Kevin and Irvin Armitage. Did I say the names right?
I don't know how to pronounce their last name. I just know the first names.
But Kevin and Irvin, right?
Yeah.
Amazing guys. And between the group of them and the group that they play with, they've got something like 18 people over the last few months who regularly play Battle Companies. So kudos Games Workshop, the Pelennor box set and Battle Companies. Two great tools to build this hobby with. And a whole lot of fun.
And I just read the new Battle Companies book.
Brilliant. Really, really good book. That might be another video. We should talk about that sometime.
Oh, people have probably already done
Yeah, we're never the first ones to the punch on stuff like that, but we have a lot of fun. So, had a great time up in the Nickel City. Day-long event, hour and a half games, 4 games, 800 points?
750.
750 points. I should know. I was just there. 750 points. My head's already in the next couple events. So, what did you take?
Azog's Hunters. That is the army I was working with this year. The list I came up with the night before, as always. But I heard someone made a comment somewhere that I took my 100-point OSBGL event list there, and I'm like, yes, it is my competitive list. But that's because it was that or Goblin Town, and people hate Goblin Town. So I took that.
We played Goblin Town most of last year. We try. Depends on the event. Meta, it's not always as easy as we'd like, but we try every year to pick an army and play it and learn it. And of course, when the rule change came out, we stepped back from everything we had planned, and we were trying to figure out if our plans still made any sense. So last year, he played Goblin Town, got really, really good at it. You saw the strategy video, or if you haven't seen the strategy video, we have a video on this channel where we look at the different armies. We did one on Goblin Town, and he told all of his secrets about Goblin Town. This year, he's playing with Azog. Hunters Legion mix. This
Azog
event
carries.
Yeah, well, this event was the Hunters army.
You
mentioned 100-point event.
Yep.
Ontario, we have the league standings thing. We have 80-point events and 100-point events, hobby events and competitive events. That's not GW points. That's league points. So don't be confused by that. This was a 750-point Middle Earth SBG event. So you took 750 points of Azog's Hunters. What'd you take?
Azog, Fimble, Narzug all mounted. Azog was actually from Azog's Legion. I think
because he gets bonus.
I think the next army review we're going to do will actually. Should I say that?
Well, maybe not the next one, but in a future army review for sure.
One of the coming up ones is probably going to actually be Azog's Hunters. And when we talk about that, I'm probably going to talk about Azog's Hunters and Azog's Legion as one faction, because they're a great alliance. So you might as well ally them, and they get so much from that alliance. So I took Azog with 6 Gundabad Berserkers and a Gundabad Orc with Banner. And then I had Fimble and Narzug both mounted. Narzug was a proxy, because there is no Narzug. And then I had...
No mounted Narzug model, you mean?
No, there's no mounted Narzug model. And then I honestly don't know how many orcs I had.
A bunch.
I had 33 models.
Spin on Hunter orcs after
33 models all told.
So I took 5 models. Again, we weren't actually
planning I came up with his list.
Well, yeah, so he helps me sometimes. So we weren't actually planning on going to this event. And then last minute, we figured out we were going to be able to go to this event.
It switched from a 2-day event, which we could not do, to a 1-day event. We're like, ooh.
We had family commitments that weekend. We couldn't afford the 2 days. But 1 day, definitely. So we went. So last minute, we were pulling stuff out of the cabinet. I wanted to take my Radagast conversion. I have a Radagast on Wakeboard. I love it. It was a lot of fun to build that model. It was a lot of fun to play it. So I wanted to take that. So I took Radagast Alliance. I took Radagast, Bjorn, Gwahir, and 2 Great Eagles. 750 points, 5 models. And it was fun. It was really fun. So I put Radagast on Slate, just chew up all the points. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Put Sebastian on the Slate
a
too.
nasty list. It's
It
not
actually was
as
pretty effective.
uncompetitive as it sounds.
I took it because it was themey and it was fun, and I wanted to just play and have fun.
Well, and it's easy to travel.
And it was easy to travel. There's only a few models that might. We'll show you our cases sometimes in a Tools of the Trade video and in our Tools of the Trade playlist here. So it traveled well. How did we do? We did all right. Yeah. So these are 3D printed trophies.
They're
Kudos
awesome.
to the team up there. They did some great work. You can download this Tolkien logo off of Thingiverse, the JRRT logo in here. You can just sort of see there's the T, and there's the J, and there's a backwards R, and this is the Tolkien Dynasty logo that you see on a bunch of the books. Great stuff. And I love when you see creative people at their own events doing creative things. Strictly speaking, it's not a lot of cost in film to print these things, but it's a lot of cost in time to design them. And people care about them. This is really clever. As a trophy, speaking as a tournament organizer, I appreciate when people do stuff like this.
And I didn't notice this before. I just thought I didn't know what the black was. It's a frying pan.
You just figured that out.
Oh no, I figured that out at the tournament. I'm just like, I noticed it at the end of the day.
Pretty clever stuff, though, all the same. I loved it.
Yeah.
Great tournament. Great trophies. Thanks very much, guys, for organizing that. We got just a couple more
We
things
didn't
to show.
actually say it, but yes, this is first, that is
Oh,
second.
yeah, because he's gold, I'm silver.
Yeah.
And he loves it when he beats me, so he did good. I got way more victory points than you did. You know what? I didn't go
There's
to
a
play
reason for
competitive.
that. There's a reason for
I
that.
didn't go to play competitive, honestly. I really didn't. I went to have fun. I took a list I thought would be fun. It was competitive. So maybe just very quick lessons about that. What do you like about your list? What might you think about doing different? I'll do the same for mine.
Same story as always that I found with, I'm going to try to not to blow away too many of my tactics with this list and save it for the actual
We'll do an
tactical
actual strategy video.
But Azog, if he kills stuff, you win the game. If he doesn't, you don't. And
Pretty much.
he killed stuff every game. In fact, in my first game, in one round of combat between him and other people, he killed Radagast on Slay and 2 Great Eagles in one round.
Which is kind of insane.
In the second game,
That wasn't
he
me,
actually
by the
was
way.
just,
That was somebody
no,
else.
Somebody else.
We had 2 Radagast Alliance
He
armies
was in the second game. He was just grinding stuff out. He killed Bolg and then a couple of Hunter Orcs.
there. A couple of Hunter Orc armies there, too.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Hunter
another-
Orc Civil War. Every time
So-
there was a fight, something died.
His Hunter Orc army played against another Hunter Orc army. My Radagast Alliance played against another Radagast Alliance. It was a fun event.
It was interesting. My third game, Polar Extremes.
Epic moment.
Seize the Prize is that one annoying mission where it just keeps going forever because both armies have to get to 25%. So my opponent, Terran, great guy, he trashed my army in like the first 2 turns. Like it sucked. One round of shooting killed like 9 guys. We got into combat, and then he had Gondor. He had Gondor. So he was defense 7, but it didn't even matter because I counted this. I lost every single fight bar 1. And in that one
Dice
fight,
game.
I didn't.
It happens.
Well, except for Azog. Azog the 2, so that's 2. But seriously, he had higher fight value. Fountain Court Guard with Boromir's banner, so the +1 fight value within 6 inches, which is insane, by the way. It used to
Great
be
rule
3,
on
now it's
Boromir.
6.
Minas Tirith is a far more effective
They are
army than it used to be.
stacked. I did not think they were that good, but they are stacked. So anyway, he rolls a 6 every single fight, and whenever he doesn't, which was 3 times, then I didn't, and he won, and he killed every single time because I'm only defense 4 and he needs 5s to wound. So I was broken after the first round of combat. Second round of
Great way
combat
to start the game.
comes in, heroic move off, I lose. He pounces, kills like everything again. After the second round, I've got 3 Berserkers, 2 Hunter Orcs, Thimble, Narzug, and Azog in my banner. That's it.
Roasted right down to almost nothing.
And then the Hunter Orcs die, the Berserkers die, bar 1. Narzug dies, Thimble dies, so it's just Azog, like 2 Berserkers in my banner. And seize the prize. No one's dug the prize yet, so it's
Azog.
on the ground. Boromir is out of might, so he's got 1 might left, and he's on the ground because Azog just knocked him off his horse. Priority comes around. Azog, hero of legend, doesn't care about breaking. Charges Boromir, kills Boromir. Huron the Tall's out of might. Next round of combat comes around. Everyone else just survives. The banner was incredible, by the way. Next round of
His banner
combat,
helped him a lot.
Azog kills Captain and Huron the Tall in 1 round of combat.
So
Round
this
after
story
that,
goes on and on
kills
and
4
on.
guys.
And on and on and on.
Azog tanks his entire army by himself.
So
it was
he took
amazing.
he took Azog and Gunfodder. That was the moral
And
of the
seized the
story for
prize.
that.
We made a rule mistake. Azog should have had the prize, and I should have won 6-1. But we played it wrong, and I didn't have the prize, but I kept him from getting it off and killed the guy that he had carrying it, so I won 3-1.
Eventually got the prize.
We were both broken. I killed his general. My general was unscathed. Azog.
Epic moment, Azog holding the whole army all by himself.
Yep.
My epic moment for the day, I wish I got to play Ents. There was a Radagast Alliance versus Ents, Eagles versus Ents match, which I missed. And actually, interesting point on that, Chris Jones, friend who I finally got to meet face-to-face, played Ents. He got the wooden spoon. So I love Fanghorn. We're going to do a review on Fanghorn at some point, but it just doesn't seem to work. Everybody that I see playing Fanghorn just seems to get pounced all the time. But he played Ents against Radagast Alliance, some really epic moments there. Radagast Alliance trashed him. My epic moment, we had Radagast Alliance against Radagast Alliance. There was one turn. Like, sometimes this happens. Actually, often this happened. There was a turn that decided the game.
Yeah, there's always one turn.
One turn. We had Gwaihir, my Gwaihir, against one of his Eagles. His Gwaihir against one of my Eagles. And that tipped the balance. My Gwaihir survived with one wound left on him. And actually, he had something else in there, too. I don't remember how that worked out. But my Gwaihir barely survived. His Gwaihir won and did just fine. My next round, I killed his Gwaihir. And then it starts to snowball when you've only got 5-6 models on the table and they're all big and strong and have high fight, and some of them have might. And I had more might on the table than he did with Bjorn, Gwaihir, and Radagast.
Yeah,
he had
just
Gwaihir and Radagast.
Yeah.
He had 2 more Eagles instead of Bjorn, so he had more monsters on the table, which is how he pounced and nearly killed my Gwaihir. The fact that I just survived meant the next turn, when the dice did what the dice do, and statistically speaking, I won my share and he won his, I killed him on my share. And then it just got bad, and it was sort of one model after another, and I had more models to fight him at that point. So, epic moments. Gwaihir is calling the day on each other. Yeah, it was funny. Anyway, and actually, the epic moment in that game, probably the big one, was Radagast slaying up and then casting Panic Steed on each other, and then slaying back out of range, and just sort of bouncing spells off of each other until we both were out of will and might, just defending ourselves. It was cheese. It was total cheese.
It's ridiculous.
Yes, and then my Radagast ended up doing some renews on my... Anyway, it was fun moments. Kevin, you were a lot of fun to play. Thanks for being a great sport about that cheesy game that we played. It was cat and mouse. We were positioning Eagles. Like, you need the pounce. You need the... Especially Eagles against Eagles, because then you're up 1 strength. When you pounce, you do knock down. But... Monsters charged. You actually knock each other prone. So when he charged me and knocked my Eagle prone, Gwaihir barely survived. But some crazy stuff going on in that game. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. More detail for another day. Great event. They made sure that everybody left with stuff. We've got some fun looking swag here. So 3D printed Might Will Fate trackers. I already had one that I liked better than this that I made for the Hobbit League. But this is pretty cool, like seriously speaking. And really easy to make if you've got some 3D print skills. So
yep.
Kevin and Irvin, thank you guys. This is a really cool thing that you did here. And I saw some other things that he did too, because they had, I'm dropping it, excuse me. Because they had some monsters. Kevin played Radagast Alliance, he had a bunch of Eagles. He actually numbered them. He made another one of these and numbered them and color-coded them, so he had his 4 Eagles on here, on one of these, and tracked his 3 wounds per Eagle by color. He had a red Eagle and a blue Eagle. He had a little red mark on the base and a blue mark on the other base. It was so easy to track them. It was a really great idea. And... fancy 3D printed movement template designed so that you can stick it on your model and move your model and go. I mean, Fantasy Flight Games has some great tools out there, so he snitched it and just had some great stuff here. So anyway, cool movement template. Works great. Very, very clever on their part. And then they broke out some great new stuff for pricing.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when the hosts just leverage their connections and do smart things.
They had
that's
a
what
good
they did.
idea. They took one of the Pelennor Fields box sets, and which... like $500 of models for like $150. It's the greatest deal
Canadian.
Middle Earth has ever seen.
Broke
they
it all
cracked it open and divvied up all the models and made them prizes.
Yeah, and had some other prizes on top of that too. Worked really well, especially for a smaller event. They had about 10 people out there for the day, but really a great event. Good quality people, great terrain, great hosts. They worked hard. They did a good job, really good job. So we'll be back next year. Will Schaff won't be there next year, we're told. Kevin and Irvin are going to take it over. Hopefully more of the locals from Sudbury will be there, and some more from the rest of Ontario. We'll make sure we make promote it properly.
Who got third and best?
We
game?
didn't. Third, brand new guy. First event.
The guy I played in my third round.
He beat me while I was there. I just got more victory points than him, so I was able to scoop around and still get second in the event. But he beat me. Taryn.
12 points. Yeah, Taryn.
Congratulations, Taryn. Well done. Played really well. He
Oh,
took Minas Tirith. stacked Minas Tirith, and he played it well.
He taught me some things I didn't know.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
So far, like Ben and Drew and Garrett are like the only guys that do that.
Well,
to me.
you know
He's
what? It's
on
great.
the list now.
It's great on the list of people that he feels like he has to get even with. Healthy grudge matches. You know what? There's some fun grudges in this league. Kudos to the Sudbury boys for building up a new player base up there. We are really excited to be playing with you guys. We will look forward to seeing you again soon. Hopefully some of you make it out to the next Ottawa event in June. And then July we've got our big annual event, TGX. Not our big league event, but it's the biggest event in Canada, the Toronto Game Exchange. So we will be there. Some of you international folks are going to be there with us. We're really excited you're coming. If any of you watching are not from Canada, this is the event to come to. It's in Toronto. There's a bunch of airports. It's really accessible. If you're coming, let us know. We can hook you up with places to stay and take care of you. We would love to host you. Canadians are hospitable. We try our best. And we've got some great memories coming up real soon. So thanks so much for watching. Anything else we got to cover? Best painted. Father Justin Bertrand paints beautifully.
Yeah.
Again. So his Mirkwood has won before. He won again.
His non-metallic metal.
Yep. He does a great
NNM every time.
Yep.
It's
really, really good with shading. He's just a great painter. Does a great job. Honorable mention runner-ups were to the two Radagast Alliance armies. So I'm thankful. That was great for me. And a whole bunch of new players who hadn't painted yet, but they're going to. They're all excited. They're all jumping in both feet. So that was great to see. Wooden Spoon we mentioned was Fanghorn. And a couple of fun armies there, actually. Yeah, so we had a couple of Hunters armies. We had a couple of Radagast armies. We had Minas Tirith. We had Rohan. We had a good mix of stuff. Mirkwood Elves.
Which, side note, I have yet to see a Gondor army without a bolt thrower.
This is true. This is the new Gondor.
It is
Bolt
like,
thrower with
it
a
gives
bunch of
them the
might, too.
hitting power that they lacked.
Yep.
That and the Boromir's banner. Boromir with his
That
banner
changed the game.
versus Elisar. Why would you ever take Elisar? Honestly.
He's trying to figure this out right now. I don't know. I think there's a case
Like,
for both. But that's
I
a
like
good topic
Elisar.
for another video.
I always take Elisar. But I looked at Boromir and I'm like, 6-inch +1 fight value. That's ridiculous.
It's a big deal. If you want to know what he's talking about, check out the rules book. Some good stuff in there. We may do a video on that in the future. We good for now?
Yep.
I need to go to bed. It's past my bedtime.
I've had like 4 tournaments in the last 3 days. What have you
Been
done?
a crazy. Seriously, I was there, doofus. All right, we gotta go. Michael Vannon, thanks so much for watching. Hope you had as much fun as we did. We'll be back soon with another couple videos. We've got a lot in the works. We've just had a lot of travel and we've been real busy. So thanks for waiting for this video. But we will see you again soon on Eric Wynn Calendar. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave some comments below if you've got any questions or ideas for us. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah!
It was a good weekend. We're gonna get right into the prizes. Yeah, why not? In last place, you'll get to pick from the box at the end first out of everybody. Chris Woods. Jones. Chris Jones. Chris Jones. And then best painted was only 3 people actually got voted for. So 2 people tied with 3 votes, and with 4 votes, it was actually Justin Bertrand. And getting into placings, 3rd goes to Sudbury's very own Taryn.
Yeah! How is Darren the best out of all of us?
First timer, well done.
There we go. Good job.
The only other person to go 3-1 was Derek Satnick.
Oh, hey. Thank you. And voting number 2.
And the better version of Derek Satnick got first, and that's Ronan.
Ronan gets a $60 gift card.
Ronan and Best Painted have $60 store credit, whatever you want.